One such successful figure is Enzo Ferrari, the founder of Ferrari. In this video, we explore his biography, discussing his qualities, achievements, and setbacks. These bittersweet events, if they had overshadowed his dreams, might have prevented him from becoming the founder of Ferrari and an automotive legend. A fascinating story awaits you. On February 18, 1898, amidst heavy snowstorms in the outskirts of Medina, Italy, a newborn brought warmth to the Ferrari household. A boy who no one could have imagined would one day become a legend in the automotive world and the founder of Ferrari. This boy was named Enzo. Enzo was the second child in the family, following his older brother. The family would later welcome two more sons. Alfredo Ferrari, Enzo's father, gave up farming and established a workshop where he worked as a blacksmith. This workshop shaped Enzo Ferrari's childhood, making it different from others, filled with creativity and effort. When Enzo was 10 years old, he went with his father and brother to watch the Emilia car races in the city of Bologna. Here is the English translation. Watching these races and witnessing Felice Nazzaro's victory filled Enzo with excitement and passion to become a successful person. Enzo had two big dreams, and achieving either one of them would have been enough for him. You might find it interesting that the first dream of Ferrari's founder as a child was to become an opera singer. However, that dream was soon dashed due to his unsuitable voice. But Enzo's second dream in childhood was to become a racing champion. The founder of Ferrari, who was a dreamy and playful boy, like many successful people in stories, had no interest in school and studying. He dropped out early and started working alongside his father. In those years, despite his young age, Enzo had gained substantial technical and practical experience in the industry, which enabled him to work as an instructor for trainees at the fire station workshop in Medina. However, this role for the founder of Ferrari did not last long, as he was called to serve in the Italian army during World War I, where he was assigned to the artillery division. During the harsh days of battle, an influenza epidemic broke out, claiming many lives. Enzo himself contracted the flu. His illness and its effects were so severe that the army saw little hope for his recovery. As a result, he was discharged from service and sent to a care facility for patients, with the expectation that his life might soon come to an end. But this was not the end for Enzo. He still had much to accomplish. Remarkably, he regained his health and was freed from the grips of illness. But it seemed his happiness was not meant to last. Upon returning home, Enzo discovered that his father and brother had both died from influenza. Their deaths shattered the family's unity, and the family business was left in ruins, reduced to bankruptcy and collapse. The founder of Ferrari did not give up, however, and decided to pursue his dreams. Enzo Ferrari set off for Turin, eager to secure a position at Fiat. Perhaps Enzo dreamed of one day becoming like Fiat's founder, but despite his efforts and several job interviews, he received no offers. Fiat did not want him. Out of necessity, Enzo took a job as a simple driver for a small company that converted old trucks and vans into passenger cars. But this work was far from satisfying for the future founder of Ferrari. Before long, he resolved to move again, this time heading for Milan. Enzo Ferrari's entry into Alfa Romeo. Enzo Ferrari's next destination was Alfa Romeo. In his first year, he was responsible for testing the company's modified cars in local races. With consecutive successes in these races, he gained the trust of the company's executives, a trust that would lead to a 20-year tenure with Alfa Romeo. During his time there, Enzo Ferrari became a versatile figure, taking on roles ranging from sales and design to managing the racing division. From 1919 to 1921, he participated in various races, earning multiple titles. In 1921, during a race, he experienced one of his worst driving accidents when he swerved off the track to avoid a herd of cows that had wandered onto the course. This incident nearly sidelined him from racing for 2 years. However, in 1923, he made a triumphant return, winning the Savio race. Victory in the Savio race brought Enzo's name back into the spotlight. Many people were captivated by Enzo's courage and skill, to the point that Count Baracca, the father of a famous Italian pilot from World War I, came to meet him. The gift that Count Baracca gave Enzo was so meaningful that, years later, when Enzo became the founder of Ferrari, he chose it as the emblem for his company. This gift was a piece of his son's aircraft, displaying the image of a prancing horse standing on two legs. The successes of 1921 continued, as Enzo also married Laura Dominica Garello that year. Enzo's successes in motor racing continued, and in 1929, together with a group of engineers and champions, he founded Scuderia Ferrari. Scuderia Ferrari quickly gained recognition as an official racing team among car manufacturers. 1931 marked Enzo's final appearance as a race driver. In 1932, Enzo and Laura's first child, Dino, was born. Ferrari's departure from Alfa Romeo. Starting in 1933, due to economic challenges, Alfa Romeo began to reduce its investment in racing, and by 1935, despite the superior performance of their cars in competitions, this shift led Enzo to part ways with Scuderia Ferrari. In 1937, Alfa Romeo's management appointed Enzo as the head of their sports division, a clear demotion that was difficult for Enzo to accept. 2 years later, he ended his association with Alfa Romeo. Enzo's departure from Alfa Romeo came with one condition. He was not permitted to use the Ferrari brand for 4 years. Enzo returned to Modena, but this time not to seek employment. Instead, he aimed to establish an independent company. Ferrari founded a company dedicated to building race cars. Although this company produced 2 car models, it failed to achieve significant success and was shut down by the government due to the outbreak of World War II. The founder of Ferrari relocated the company to Maranello, where they shifted focus to producing aircraft parts and designing cars inspired by German models. The new company was bombed twice in 1944 and 1945, but was quickly rebuilt each time. In 1946, Enzo decided to establish a production line for non-racing cars, a move that promised higher profits. Finally, in 1947, after the end of the war, the first Ferrari car was officially introduced. The playful dreamer Enzo of the past had now transformed into the founder of Ferrari. With the help of top designers, Enzo aimed to attract wealthy and exclusive clients to the Ferrari brand. In 1953, Enzo, as the founder of Ferrari, achieved a championship in the Formula One World Championship. By then, Enzo Ferrari had become a significant and wealthy figure who had realized his dreams. However, another bitter experience awaited him. In 1956, Ferrari lost his son Dino to a muscular disease. The founder of Ferrari, despite all the successes he achieved over the years, also faced numerous challenges. In addition to the loss of his son, Ferrari lost 6 of his drivers in racing accidents during these years. These hardships deeply affected Enzo. In 1969, Enzo Ferrari sold half of the company's shares to Fiat and stepped down from the leadership of the company he had built. This deal reduced Enzo's stake to 10% by 1988. During this period, the University of Modena awarded Ferrari's founder an honorary doctorate in physics in recognition of his achievements. Nearly housebound by then, Enzo also faced the loss of his wife in 1987. Finally, in August 1988, the founder of Ferrari passed away after suffering from kidney disease.